You're listening to the Ochoman, Behind the Eight Ball, only on Ignotainment. Without further ado, the one, the only, Ochoman.
Behind the eight ball. All my life.
Behind the eight ball. August 31st. Ochoman.
July 31st.
July 31st.
Oh, July 31st.
2015.
Fucking shit-faced.
8 AD.
July 31st.
We're here on May 2nd.
Damn it, how time is flying, guys.
It really is.
Hey, my birthday's tomorrow.
The summer.
It's
happy
his birthday.
Right on. Hey, am I
Tomorrow.
on? Am I on? Because you guys.
Yeah, you're on.
Now turn him off, will you?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, shit.
Is he on? Turn him off.
You'd have no show.
I got him on here.
We've had kind of a hiatus. 2
That's
weeks.
beautiful, man. Birthday tomorrow.
Yeah,
What are you gonna
34.
do?
Am I old?
30,
Does that make me old?
37?
34, man.
34,
34.
35, 37. That a boy.
We,
I tell you what, man.
We're all liars today.
I would say you'd turn it around 43, but
Sweet
I don't know
I'll take
about
that even. 43 would be beautiful. Oh, that'd be nice.
I had a birthday. I turned
I
45.
saw that. I wished you happy
Yes,
birthday.
you
Did you get that?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And-
I thought that was very gracious of me.
You probably like my little message. I
Oh,
put
he
on.
had the John had the best message.
What Ocho put on there?
Ocho put on there.
See, I'm
Hey,
not
man,
friends with you
said,
anymore, so I don't know what the hell
Yeah,
you put on.
that's bullshit. You gotta
Happy
take me
birthday
back.
to my, let's see, alien seeking devil worship, or something like fake
yeah.
Paul McCartney detecting. That was the best.
It's
And,
our version of SETI. Do you know what SETI is?
No.
Search
no.
for
oh,
extraterrestrial
yeah.
intelligence.
Oh, that is such a horse. That's such horse shit.
Why is that horseshit?
Man, why don't they talk to some alien abductees? You know what I mean? And it's really a lot of time and money on.
I saw somebody give another $100 million to it, or Hawking and
You know, you're so
Man.
fucking right about that.
You know that Large Hadron Collider? Oh my.
Hadron.
Hadron, thank you.
Hadron
This
Collider.
guy, we
Hadron.
need him here, man. I'm telling
Hadron.
you, we need
Well,
him to
fuck,
keep
that's
us
why I brought him
from
here.
being sounding like illiterate.
CERN.
I had to wait to get him.
I can say CERN, but over there and down there in CERN.
Switzerland. In Switzerland.
Okay, so over there, they're saying that they're trying to collide these particles
Correct.
and all that, and that is a cover story.
Uh-oh. What are they
they're
really doing?
And this is something that comes from somebody of some kind of credibility,
Right, of substance.
And his name's Simon Parks, and he holds office over in the UK somewhere. I forgot what he does, like a council member or something.
All
but
right.
he claims he's from an Illuminati family. Claims talks about.
Dude, I would
The
love to be in shit like that.
He talks about the Illuminati, how it's broken up into 3 parts, but all you hear about are the dark wizard, like black magic guys. He goes, but there's like a good part. There's like the
so
the
there's some
good
white,
part of it.
there's
Yeah,
some
yeah.
White Knights.
You guys think I could be one of those wizards?
I think you'd be the dark one.
I'd be a dark
I think
wizard
you'd be dark.
with a fucking magic wand and shit.
You're like, who's that? Is that Dumbledore or whatever the hell that Harry Potter
fuck
crap?
is Dumbledore?
I don't know. Harry Potter bullshit, right?
But really,
Isn't he the Valmort or
Glad
whatever
you
the hell
brought
his
that
name
up.
is.
Okay,
Valmort.
Valmort, yeah.
There you
yeah.
go.
There you go.
remind me to say something about Harry Potter, but I don't want to get sidetracked. But okay, the
Chris,
that-
make a note of that.
the cover on the LHC, the Large Hadron Collider,
Hadron, you motherfucker, you.
is that they're really trying to open a portal.
I've read that, yeah.
Yeah,
That's correct.
to,
To another dimension or something.
Yes, to another dimension
Right.
to
In the
invite all
future?
these. No, into
Another dimension.
in another dimension, like
parallel universe.
They're trying to parallel.
Not a
They're trying to
perpendicular
bring
universe.
the Nephilim back, or the Anunnaki back, or the
I don't know about that.
some of the Archons or
fuck is
something.
now the
And,
Archons.
And check this, and
what
yeah,
happens
it's
then?
really scary.
I hope they succeed.
Stephen Hawking saying, "Please don't turn that thing on." And he's the smartest man in the world, right?
No, he's
and
not.
he's saying, "Please don't turn that thing on."
He doesn't even know about the electric universe.
But check this out on the. Check this out. You know,
Chris, remind me to get to that later, too.
Electric Universe.
we've
yes.
all talked about pentagrams on
Yes,
this.
at length,
Okay.
ad nauseum.
You
All
freaked
right.
me out a couple
Now,
times.
the military's building in this country is the Pentagon, right?
Correct.
Ah, yeah.
And it was built
Okay.
by Leslie R. Groves in 1943.
Now, check
And
this
he
out.
also did the Manhattan Project. So
Yeah,
what do you
really?
think about that?
That's
correct.
That's good.
Yes.
Good to make note of that.
That's right.
Okay, now, do you know when construction broke ground on the Pentagon?
You know when Ochoman broke
Please
wind?
let me tell
on
you.
the Pentagon?
September 11th, 1941.
Yes, that's right. That was
is
very timely,
beautiful.
Chris. That was nice.
So that means 60 years to the day.
Correct.
Now here's the hocus
Here's
pocus
the
shit.
ticker.
Ready? Here's the
oh,
fun part.
Jesus Christ.
They
It was on a
buried.
Supertramp album.
They somehow
What was the year again?
performed
1941.
September 11, 1941. They buried or they concealed these beings in the Pentagon, and on 9/11 they broke through that and let them out. That's-
out.
The I don't know, the spiritual essence, the archons. I believe it was the archons is what I read.
That was a Star Trek
Yeah.
episode, wasn't it?
And that, check this out. If you
Well, it
want to
was.
keep a spiritual being, if you want to contain you say, how can a spiritual being be contained? They can be contained in a 5-pointed, in a pentagon. In a
Pentagon,
pentagon.
yeah.
I'm in the spirit world, asshole.
Now, would they be inside the because there's like a vestibule?
Yeah,
there.
do you
Okay,
remember
yeah.
that?
I would imagine.
Got it.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't answer that for sure because I'm not one of these freaks.
Yeah. Well, that Leslie R. Groves was supposedly a real son of a bitch. The guy that was in charge. He was the Army engineer, Corps of Engineers guy, the general that was in charge of constructing the Pentagon. And then after that was done, he did the Manhattan Project.
Wow.
So
Did I tell you about all these 93s with 9/11? 93, is Aleister Crowley's number for everything equivalates into a fucking number.
Hold
This
it.
guy-
This is fucked
Hold
up,
on.
Nick.
Now check this out. 93 is the Book of the Law. His Book of the Law that he said he transcribed through
Yeah.
the alien being
93?
Iwas. 93 is this number. Now, there was in 1993 an attack on the World Trade Center.
Correct.
There was a Flight 93 that crashed into
correct.
that was one of that went down in Pennsylvania.
I last got laid in '93.
Check this out. So then, also
scoffing at me.
there's so many 93s in 9/11, and also the plane hit just above the explosion
93rd
happened
floor.
before the 93rd floor. Also, underneath on the other building, underneath the 77th floor, which is also Crowley number, which was also a airplane flight.
I think Ochoman gets a hard on at 93 degrees to the azimuth.
Yeah, that's 4 frames.
Well, I got to
That's not
tell you,
good.
Armand.
Is your hard on more than parallel to the ground?
The
As you
text
get older,
thing
it
says
gets low.
No, we're in good shape. It still holds up.
Well, you've been on a good diet lately.
Yeah, it's working out. But Nick, going back to your thing, man, this is frightening because I was married on 9/11.
In
Are you
93?
really?
Yeah, and you know
And you're
what?
born on Halloween. I know
I'm
that.
born
Well,
on
you are
Halloween, and
screwed up.
I'm married on 9/11. And you know what? Maybe it's the energy that you brought forth. That maybe I was the one that found
what?
you that was 9/11.
Wow, you broke through some kind of consciousness barrier or something. Hey, Chris over here was showing me the Pentagon video, of something exploding in the Pentagon on September 12th, because that's what the timestamp says in that video. Isn't it kind of funny that there's not one video of the plane hitting the Pentagon? The most secure building in the country, maybe the world, and it's probably covered with every angle is probably covered under surveillance, but we don't have one.
And what's your theory regarding that?
No plane hit that building.
What happened?
It's a fucking
bomb.
spirits. What are you fucking?
It was a
talking
bomb,
about?
or someone said
They
it
were
looked like
construction
someone
workers.
said that it looked like a missile with wings hit that thing. Look,
that's what it was.
a plane
The
this
Iranians,
big.
I'll bet.
You
Don't start it with the Iranians.
Let's not. You know what? We could talk about that stuff all day. and it
Don't
bums
start it
people
with the
out. Let's not
Iranians.
talk
That's a
about
good.
it. I meant
fucking deal.
9/11.
That's a good fucking
Gee,
deal.
I wish we made two deals
Devil
with them.
worshipers
Fuck,
were
we gotta
behind
give
it.
a piece of chance here.
Hey, I just saw the report. We're over our millionth viewer. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. Oh,
We
yeah.
got to give a prize to the millionth listener.
Well, yeah, Chris, we got something for him. Maybe
What do we got, Chris? What's the prize?
like the movie Slapshot
A
when the,
brand new Hot Wheels car.
like when he's trying to
A
bail
Tesla.
when he's trying to bail out the Henson brothers.
Oh yeah, keychain. Gives her a keychain. Can't get that in stores.
This is a Charlestown keychain.
Charlestown Chiefs.
Charlestown Chiefs keychain. And the guy's looking at it like, what the fuck do I
You
get?
know he threw it away as soon as he left. You can't get these in stores. Remember?
Can't find these.
You know your son looks like a fag to me.
Yeah,
That's the
what
best
I'm
line
saying.
in the movie.
Oh yeah, it is funny. It's funny. And here, speaking of that, I gotta tell you guys something. I'm driving my Tesla to work.
course.
This fucking guy gives me a big fucking he's got a big fist
Fist
up
of
in
power,
his car. Yeah, and he's got a big fist. And I'm like, wow, the guy's Armenian or something, you know?
he
and
likes your Tesla.
So I pull up behind him, and he passed me by. So I pull up behind him and see if he's got anything Armenian. And this fucking guy's got the gay flag, and I've got the Armenian flag,
right.
And he thinks I'm gay too, or
and
something.
you're driving a Tesla.
And
That's indicative of
shut up.
gaiety.
I'm not talking about the fucking Tesla. I'm talking about
wow.
the Armenian flag. It's got the red, blue, and orange stripes, or 3 multiple colored like that. And
he thought it was a gay.
He thought it was a gay symbol.
He liked
And you ain't taking that flag
And
down.
no, and I just fucking gave him the back.
Attaboy, yeah.
Like,
are you one?
yeah, so
Yes, are you?
Oh, shut up.
Hey, you know something? I was just thinking, there was this woman, she worked for the ACLU or the NAACP,
Communist.
and she was like, she was dark, but she said it was assumed that she was part African American, and it came out that she wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay?
you're talking about the lady
she
that
was
worked for the NAACP.
NAACP.
Yes. Now,
Up
let
in
me
Seattle.
let me say, and she said that she grew up around black.
She considers herself
She
black.
considered that because she identified with them
Correct.
more. What's the and she's a pariah now. What's the difference between her and Caitlyn Jenner?
What's that, like a mulatto?
What's the difference between her and Caitlyn Jenner?
Well, the difference is we've gone over this, but just to reiterate, race is a social construct. There's no such thing really biologically as race. Whereas gender is actually a biological.
Look,
there's
we
a
can
difference.
say
Nick
that.
brings up a great point, though, man. This is
Well, that's the problem.
She
Och.
sees-
If you
she,
say, I identify as being a Navajo Indian. Does that mean I get money from the casino? I wish it did.
How?
No, I'm not going that far.
See, now that's
How?
That's racist.
great
that's
timing.
really
I'm not going that far. I'm just saying.
great white father will speak.
We accept this person and give him an award and call him brave and everything, even though he hasn't thrown a javelin or anything.
Hey, did you
in
see the
40
last
years.
Navajo wind talker died?
No, go ahead.
I meant don't interrupt while I'm interrupting. The last. Remember the wind talkers?
No.
No, come on. The World War II. The Navajo
Yes.
language is very
Yeah, it was a
difficult.
code.
It's like the toughest language in the world. You can't break it.
That's not even a
So
language.
anyway, well, on Iwo Jima and Okinawa, these guys were Navajo wind talkers, and the Japanese didn't know what the hell they were talking
They
about.
did
so they
the
used
movie
them,
about it with
so they used them to send messages to each other because they didn't need code because they're speaking in Navajo. And the last one died a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
What did they say at the sermon?
Nicolas Cage.
They said something like,
And only how many people understood it?
Nobody.
So
I could have spoken at
hey,
that.
but going back
Go ahead,
to your
go
thing,
ahead,
Nick,
Go ahead. I didn't mean.
I forgot.
I'm saying to you right now that we had all the shit happening with Cecil the Lion getting killed.
I was just going to
by
bring
the-
that up.
by the American
That guy's
dentist.
fucked.
And your guy that you just mentioned, Bruce Jenner was or whatever his name.
Yeah, what
is
was your
now.
point though? That there's no difference.
He was coming up with it's a real sad day because 2 transgender people died. I'm like,
what?
You know what? That happens every fucking day. People like that are dying. But you know what? Our focus right now should be about this fucking dentist killing Cecil the Lion. Cecil the Lion should not have died.
I'm not a
come
dentist.
on, that
I'm
guy.
not a
What
dentist.
He did?
I'm
That
not-
guy didn't do anything wrong. I
What
mean,
are you talking about?
supposedly
you
he had a
fucking
license.
anti-life,
He had a
you.
license. He bought the license. He didn't know they were
It doesn't
poaching.
matter. You
He didn't
buy
know.
a license
Hold on,
or
hold
not.
on.
You
You know
should
what?
never buy a license
It's-
to kill a fucking
Yeah,
lion.
when you're in
Legal
Zimbabwe
or
and you take
not.
$50,000 from a guy to make money, that's what you get. You get poaching.
Look, I just
So blame
think
the damn Zimbabwean government.
It's
No, they were against that.
it's
No,
a
they're
character
not.
thing, as far as I'm concerned.
Not 100.
Anybody that spends the money to fly down to fucking Africa
and have a safari.
to
That's what I'm
hide in the
talking about.
fucking
That's what I'm
bush
talking
I'm not
with a
defending him.
high-powered rifle, state-of-the-art scope, and feel like a
No,
man.
no, they hit him with a crossbow.
Fucking-
They hit him with a
oh,
crossbow
you're
first.
more of a
then they hunted
man,
him for 2
all right.
days. Did you see that?
Walk around with your backpack and your LL
Nick,
Bean
Nick, hold
shit
it,
on.
Hold it. I am not condoning the act itself, but pardon me. Say that again. Say that again, motherfucker.
Josh Bales.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
I'm not a
I don't
dentist.
hunt. I don't kill animals. But I'm just saying, It is legal, and the guy didn't know they were poaching. That's all.
How is that legal?
He's still a
It is
dick
legal.
for wanting
People go on
to shoot
safaris all
things.
the time.
It's fine. You're telling me it's fucking
They
legal,
kill
but I don't think
35,000 elephants a year over
it's
there.
not fucking right.
That's how they make money, Ocho man.
Oh,
that's what I'm
wrong.
saying.
That's
I'm not
fucking
saying
wrong.
it's right.
That whole fucking
but that
Africa
guy's
should
life
be-
is ruined.
We ought to just. I don't give a shit. It should
People
be.
will forget. He'll be all right.
no, he
He'll
won't.
be
No,
all right.
they forget anything.
Fuck him.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, I hope he's tearing Walter's
That's
ass.
Cecil right there. Is that Cecil the lion or Leo the lion?
It's Cecil, dude.
Cecil.
Cecil.
You say Cecil, I say
Say
Cecil.
Cecil.
Cecil's
La, la,
gay. Cecil's straight. Cecil's transgender. Cecil is cisgender. You know there's actually a word, cisgender?
No.
That's what you are. You're cisgender.
Cisgender.
He
Yes.
throws me off, Nick. He
Don't you-
throws me off, I tell you.
I'm telling
I
you.
don't
Well,
know.
don't you know what Latin is? Latin, trans, is a cross. So you're cross gender. Cis is on
Well,
the same side.
actually, you know-
So you're the same gender.
Language
You're
is.
cisgender.
I'm sorry.
Look that up.
Language is what they call sigil magic. Our language, our words, our letters, our design, our sigils.
Spell that, will you, please?
SIGIL, sigil. It's like you know
Sigil,
the okay.
stupid. You don't
I'll
know
tell
what
you, Led
sigil
Zeppelin
is?
4.
You got me there.
Led Zeppelin 4.
I think it's SIGIL, right?
that- what did I say?
An inscribed
Yeah,
or
he's
painted
right.
symbol.
He's right.
That's what he said, I think.
I think it's SYGIL.
No, but
He
whatever.
did not say ass white.
It's whatever.
Ass
Okay,
white.
so
I can play
check
the-
it out, folks. The Led Zeppelin 4, those
Yes.
symbols,
Yeah,
those are
yeah,
sigils.
Zofo.
Those are like sigils.
Ah,
okay,
got it.
Now, our alphabet, they're sigils. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you ever wonder? Now, Marine Corps, CORPS.
Right.
What the fuck is that? Now they're silent. Why put two silent letters there? You ever hear Gnostic?
Gnostic with
Gnostic
G.
has
It's
a
like
G
what?
in
Why
front of
add
it.
the H?
Why a G
It's an
and not
anagram. Remember those with extra letters?
anything else?
We had that last time.
And
Yeah.
if you look at it, I think there's something about G that is magical because the Masons are all about that letter G. Look up Masonic Google image that, and you're going to see like that G. They feature that G. You know what I'm saying? It's a big symbol.
You
in
know, since you've been
Masonry.
saying all this shit lately, I've been kind of looking at like monuments and stuff to see how they've been lined up, and I mean it's just wacky shit that he brings up. You know, I look at
It
stuff
really
like
opens
that
your
now.
eyes, doesn't it?
Let
Yeah,
me tell you, while
yeah.
I'm thinking about
Opens
this,
up those nostrils.
and you brought up Harry Potter.
Oh.
Harry Potter. The last one had 666 pages in it, not counting the prologue, but like in the actual story had
That's
666
the devil's
pages.
number.
Right?
Wait a minute. I thought 2 and 3 were the devil.
It was
Shut up! It's 6.
it was released on the eve of the summer solstice, which means something.
Not to the Ocho man.
And let's see. And Harry's scar here is a lightning scar. That is that's a satanic. That's a symbol in Satanism.
What a,
Now, I started asking. Now, I read some more on this stuff, and they said that Harry Potter was so that it was created to condition a new generation to accepting magic as household terms, like, you know what I mean?
I believe it.
So I started asking my girlfriend's daughters, who ranged from 8 to 12, I started asking them, so you all like Harry Potter? I'm like, do you know anything about witchcraft?
You
oh my,
scared of fucking kids?
oh my God, they scared me. They knew more about witchcraft than me.
Oh, come on.
From Harry
Are you
Potter.
kidding?
I couldn't believe they're talking about soul eaters.
Elizabeth Montgomery
and
doesn't
all
know
this
more
shit,
about
and it's
witchcraft than you
blowing
do.
my mind. I'm like, I can't believe like these new kids, and I'm like, you know anything about witchcraft? They're like,
and,
duh.
And you believe it's from
You know what
They're
I
all
mean?
Wiccans.
and you believe it's from that movie and the books and
They
so forth.
told me it was. They're
Wow.
like, well, let's see, because Harry does this and this person does this, and
And then
Wow.
did they see what's the Wizard of Oz musical?
the
Wiccans or
yeah, Wicked.
Wicked?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I didn't see it.
Would you
I
take your
ain't-
daughters
I
to
ain't-
see that?
Oh, bullshit. I'm not watching that.
Well, yeah, man, it's heavy.
Yeah, fuck that. I hate going to the Muni in St. Louis. I mean, I know it's a big attraction, and 8,000 people went to see that at Oklahoma or whatever, but to me, man, it's too damn hot to sit there. I went to see the Fiddler on the Roof, and I almost killed that prick Fiddler. Because
What did he do?
It was about 4 fucking hours. I'm like, get this thing over with. The pissed off Jew that can't get whatever, and
Hey.
I'm just... I was fed up with it. I had to get out of there. I'm all about it. And
didn't you know that before you went to see
No,
Fiddler
I
on the
didn't.
Roof? You went to see it. It's about a Jew on the roof fiddling.
I understand that now
Yeah.
because
For
they
a
said
rich man.
they said this. They go, now it's halftime. And I go,
just the intermission.
Fuck
You're ready to go
It's
home.
halftime. What do you mean it's halftime?
Yeah.
I want to get out of here.
Let me
I've
tell you
seen
something.
enough of that.
Television was
Created by
was
the devil.
created. No, but it's created to control your mind.
Well, that's doing it.
We have television shows, but what else do we have? We have television programs.
That's right.
I tell you,
We have
you're so
channels.
right.
We channel it, okay? And let me ask you this.
Well,
it works
he's
because
right.
I bet all of your living rooms, I bet the furniture in all your living rooms doesn't face each other so you can talk. It all faces the TV
Well, of course,
so you
yeah,
can
everyone
see.
wants to watch
Everyone.
TV.
Of course.
Well, what am I going to
Saying.
do? I can't get laid. I'm going to
Man,
watch TV.
talking about my girlfriend's one daughter, she will just finish eating and she'll go right up to the television set and it doesn't matter what's on. She doesn't even go for the remote control. She just sits in front of it and stares up at it like the little girl in Poltergeist. She just stares up at it.
That girl's
And then I'll
dead,
say,
you know?
they all
sweetie,
died,
I'm like,
but-
here's the remote. Why don't you put on
cursed.
something you like? And she'll just, and then it breaks
Hey,
the
that's
spell.
another
She gets
thing.
up and leaves.
You never brought that up. How many
What?
people died in that movie Poltergeist?
That's a cursed movie.
Oh yeah,
mean,
yeah.
how many
Dominic
fucking-
Dunn's daughter. You know who he writes for crime stuff, crime stories for Vanity Fair. Dominic Dunn, his daughter was the teenager, and that little girl,
Well, that little girl?
and the medium, the girl, the short lady, she died. But
Well, the cursed movie of all time is The Misfits.
Which one was
1961.
that was Gable and Monroe's last movie.
Clark Gable, Marilyn Monroe, and
Montgomery
Montgomery
Clift,
Clift
yeah.
also died a little later. Yeah,
What happened in that?
Rebel Without a Cause, also.
They're all. It was a cursed movie.
Really?
Rebel Without a Cause. James Dean in the car accident. Natalie Wood drowned.
Sal Mineo
got stabbed because he was going to play Sirhan Sirhan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in a movie that pointed to his innocence.
Yeah, but Jim Backus survived, so he got to be
well,
Mr. Magoo.
yeah, well, who cares? I mean, what's he going to do? You know?
Yeah, what's he gonna do?
Backus. He was the father.
Yeah. He
If he
was
had died, we
Dean,
wouldn't have.
James
We wouldn't
Dean's
have.
father. That's
What was his
right.
name? Quentin Magoo.
Was it?
Quincy Magoo.
I tell you what,
What was
guys,
Mr. Magoo's first name? Quincy, I think. Right, Chris?
I think so.
shit like that. I'm telling you, the shows back there. I wish I could go to a time machine.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
Best
time
cartoon
machine,
of all time.
A time machine would be so fucking cool, just to go back and enjoy the good
You wouldn't go
stuff
to the
back
future.
there.
You'd go in the back. You go past.
I think I would go.
Okay,
That's
here's
a very
my
good question.
I got a great question, man. Okay, exactly. My question's kind of his question. Where exactly would you go, and what would you change?
Well,
If you could change
let's go around the
something,
table.
or
Chris,
just
would
something personal.
Would you go to the past or to the future?
I probably would go to the future.
Future there.
They'd have better.
Nick,
they'd
I'll
have
go back
better
to
Vapo,
everything that you want to say, but
Vapo cigarettes.
I'm
in
going to
the
go
future.
to the past.
You're going to the past.
but I don't know who
I got to
I'd
go to the
visit
past.
yet.
I'll never get laid again. I'm going back when I.
I'm not going back to my past, though. I already did that shit. I want
you're
to go
going
back
to-
and talk to Jesus, or talk to fucking. I want to go kill Hitler, or go kill. You know what I mean? Go kill. George Bush W. Whatever. Someone like
George
that.
Bush
Who
W.
would you kill first, Hitler or George W?
I mean,
You
I
got to
don't-
go with the worst of those two, which has got to be
George.
Bush.
I guess
Oh,
W.
yeah,
I
Bush.
guess.
Well, would you
right.
now here, Nick?
Bush
Let me
crime
ask you this:
family.
would you go after W or would you go after
His
the
father.
people down
His
in
fa-
Florida that fucking all that debacle voting that went
Debacle.
down?
That's a good word.
I mean, that
That
vote,
fraud.
that
Okay.
election was all fraud.
Actually, I think I'd go back and kill Aleister Crowley
Oh, come on.
because he
what
he
are you
started
talking
it.
about if you killed
He
Crowley?
started
kill
it. Yeah,
Hillary.
right. We'd have no show. Him and Edward G. We need statues of them in here.
Edward, give it to us. Give it
We
to
haven't
us.
talked about Edward G. in a
Where's it?
couple
Yeah, give us the
shows.
quote.
Well, how's that going?
Where's your God now? See? Yeah.
Where's your Messiah now?
Yeah,
see?
where's your-
See,
Little golden
Muggsy?
calf, see? Yeah.
Where's your Satan now, boy?
Moses, you take too much on yourself. See?
Mr.
You
Crowley.
mug.
What a great song that was. You never knew that, did you?
I didn't know that.
The song. This was a great
Ozzy
song.
Osbourne, I mean, I didn't even know about the guy till he bit the head off that bat.
It's amazing that they did shit like that to put him on the map.
You know he
And they
snorted
got great
ants.
music. They
You
got
hear
great
about that?
music.
Ozzy snorted ants.
You ever hear that? He snorted
No,
ants.
I never seen that.
Live
And he even
ants?
talks about it on Behind the Music. Yeah, he was like, I think he was like,
I
he
never
was just
understand a damn thing he says
wasted.
anyway.
Yeah, man, I was just
That's right,
he like got on the ground and Did it?
I never said that he did that.
That's pretty good.
Who's that, Sharon?
That's fucking Ozzy.
Oh, okay. I didn't
If you
know.
fucking watch anything besides the 1940 movies,
Damn right. That's all I watch, see? Yeah.
A Place in the
Little
Sun.
Caesars,
That's
eh?
like one of my favorite movies.
Which
Just
one?
don't have
A
the
Place in
time,
the Sun.
Chi.
Place in the Sun?
I love it, yeah.
That's a good movie.
so
It's good. Have
time
you read the book?
machines.
Have you read the
What do you
book?
guys
No.
think?
An American Tragedy.
Red
yeah.
Lolita, I love that.
Time machines. I brought up
So,
time machines.
okay, so
Is
what
that-
would
is
I
it for
do?
real?
Go back?
Can this shit that even happen?
No.
You know what?
Physically
He says
impossible.
no.
I want to let you guys look up a picture. Andrew Basiago, he says this picture is him at the Gettysburg Address. This guy, he says he's...
I'm just laughing because
I
of
don't know.
him, Nick.
I don't really
He's a
believe
prick.
this. Okay,
This
no, it's
fucking
okay.
guy's a prick.
I kind of
on.
laugh too. I don't believe this guy. This I mean this guy that I'm talking about, because he always talks about the
Why don't you
past. He
shut up
doesn't
and
talk
give him a
about.
chance?
He doesn't
All right,
talk
go
about.
ahead.
It's like, okay, who's president in 2030? He won't tell you that. You know what I
Right,
mean? It's like, well, what?
exactly.
Give me something. Bitcoins. Well,
Yeah,
tell me about.
I just like it's nice.
He
hot
says, well, we're
stock
going to be
tip.
living in a police state. It's like, oh, no shit.
Okay,
You know
got
what
it.
I mean?
Right.
You can't see that.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, one of
But
those.
Andrew Basiago,
Basiago, we're calling you out, baby.
and there's a
Get him on
picture
the
of
show.
him. He says that he's at the Gettysburg Address, and you see a boy standing there,
Is he still around?
and you can see he does look like
Lincoln?
he's in clothes that
Basiago.
aren't.
Is
Know,
Basiago still around?
this guy Andrew Basiago. You know who I'm talking about?
No,
I've
but
never heard of him.
Yeah, he's
maybe
alive.
we can get him on our show.
Yeah,
Chris,
he's alive. Yeah.
Chris, put him on our list. One of the
He's on
people.
it.
Yeah, right.
He's on it.
He's on there.
Well, let's see. We got the guy
Have
this
him
week
on
that
after Oprah.
got his penis off to stop
Yeah,
masturbating.
that's a good one.
We got
let's hear
him
that
on the
story.
list. We got the guy that
Did you hear about this?
had
Yeah.
sex,
What?
got caught having sex with
Nick,
a pig
tell
in
him.
Walmart
Well,
bathroom.
give one at a time.
Nick,
One at a
one
time. Now we're going to interrupt you. The guy that cut his cock off. What about him?
Yeah, what's that deal?
Some guy. I don't really remember the
No,
details.
I saw it. He was
Guy-
masturbating
I mean,
too much, and he
come
thought he was going to go to
on.
hell.
Yeah, no.
6-7 times a day, which
Yeah.
is
6-7
Yeah.
times
You
a
cut
day
it off.
rubbing one off?
Yeah,
What about
boy, I don't think I
mutilate-
could do it
you
then.
know?
Oh.
I think the Bible says something about mutilating yourself.
Well,
It's
if thine
got
eye
to,
doth
or-
offend thee, pluck it out.
No, the best part of the story is A, what the guy looks like,
Yeah, I saw him.
and
Ooh.
B, the quotes from his mom.
What does mother say?
Okay, his mom said, I told him that maybe we could have someone design and build a metal glove with razor sharp spikes on the palm and the fingers. Hold on. That could have been permanently padlocked to his penis in order to prevent him from masturbating.
Well, I'll tell you, that makes more sense than chopping it off.
I just love how his mom is involved in his
masturbation.
his predatory masturbation.
Where are these people? Let me make a guess.
Yes.
Hey,
Alabama?
No, but you're very close.
Tennessee?
Somewhere where
Still
they're
close.
proudly waving that
Mississippi?
Confederate flag.
Oh, I mean, you're Georgia.
Oh, well. I thought Georgia was a
proud
little more
Georgia.
advanced than that.
Yeah.
So you guys.
You know what that's
do you
called
guys think about
biblically?
that?
Beating off? You know what that is?
He
in
knows it's
biblical
against.
sense?
He knows it's against Jesus,
Onanism.
but he's still been
Onan.
self-pleasuring about a dozen times a day.
A dozen times.
Dozen time. How do you do that?
He believed he would go to hell if he didn't stop masturbating.
Okay, he did
Probably
cut it
would.
off, though. I mean, he did cut it off.
He did.
We got
Mama,
a picture
I think
of
I'm gonna
it
go
in
to
a
hell
box
if I
or
don't
anything.
stop beating my meat.
Hey, did he do it, or did his mom hold
Yeah,
him down?
yeah,
or
did
what?
she-
He did it himself with
Boy.
an electric knife.
Electric knife.
I don't believe this shit. This is such bullshit.
You're the one that came up with the article.
I know. I wanted you guys to laugh.
Well, whether it's true or not, it's still funny.
Fuck, are you kidding me? With an electric knife cutting out your Pepe? That's really funny.
That's not funny.
I'll tell you what.
And you know what? Who cares how many times you whack off? I mean, the guy's probably a filthy-looking prick
Oh,
anyway. He probably never
he's-
gets
yeah, he's
laid in his
nasty.
Possibly
life.
the ugliest guy you've ever
And-
seen.
Put his picture
and
up on the
that-
site there,
On that note,
Chris.
I don't want him on our site.
Oh, come on.
But the thing about that is, here's a guy, he's not hurting anyone. He's not a pedophile. He's not hurting little kids or anything. He just laying in fucking bed and whacking off.
You know,
He doesn't
God
wanna go to hell.
created you with this urge to, be ticklish down there. I mean, my God, you're
No
going to touch
kidding.
it.
If
You know
you
what I
want
mean?
some
haven't had
whack
that.
off.
It's nature.
Hey, that guy looks like Tony, kind
Yeah,
of.
there he does look familiar.
He does look like Tony.
like Tony.
Oh, look! See, didn't I say he'd probably wave that Confederate flag? Look at his fucking hat.
Georgia, man. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Now, wait a
yeah,
minute.
they
Are we gonna
found
go off on
a
the
hat.
Confederate flag again?
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, hold on. Here's the conspiracy, fellas.
Wait, hey, can you get that
They-
fucking pop-up? Every
Channel
pop-up
12 News? Are you kidding me?
Not Channel 12. That's
That's
3.
just Channel
3 is 2 divided by 6. That comes as
Oh,
6.
that's
no, no.
right. You
Six,
got to
six,
add
two
the
is
1 and the
6
2.
divided
Oh,
by
that's
six.
right.
Ocho.
Yeah. No, it's not that. They're trying to make you. Oh man, they're trying to make you think like. They're poking fun at people that like support the Confederate flag. That is not there for an accident, folks. That is no accident.
No accident.
Southern
That's
style.
That's so fucking true.
They're
dude.
just trying to make the Southern people, the Southern folk, look
12
stupid.
times a day. This guy just fucking.
I'm impressed by that, actually.
I don't
That's
believe he
horrible.
cut his penis off. I do not believe it.
How the fuck did he even find this penis? Look at him.
And I don't believe that you guys. I sent you guys another story that a guy
Yes.
got caught in Walmart
Yeah, did you hear
bathroom
this?
having sex with a pig. No one saw him bringing the pig into the bathroom.
No, you know what they
I gotta
fucking
have
probably
sex with this
did?
pig. I better get into a bathroom somewhere in a public place.
They probably butchered the prick, and I probably bought it for baby back ribs or something.
Yeah,
No,
right.
you're on a diet. You don't eat those, do you?
Oh, I do eat.
You can eat
meat.
that.
I eat meat.
Ah.
I'm on that fucking meat.
Oh,
diet.
you're on that meat diet again?
Bacon,
diet.
bacon.
Bring a
I
ribeye
love
steak in here, then. Let's
yeah.
eat.
Fuck,
Hey, you
let's
know,
eat.
Cameron Diaz, she's got that nice flat stomach. She says she eats, for breakfast, she eats big pieces of chicken breast
No kidding.
for breakfast.
I don't know
That's
if
how
I could
she-
do
yeah.
chicken breast.
She gets her protein and everything.
I love bacon, though, man. I really urge people.
Oh,
out
I
there,
love
if
bacon.
you're gonna
Still eat
lose
whipped cream
weight, just
for,
eat
There's
bacon.
this
dessert?
restaurant in Webster Groves. They have bacon jam. It's so damn good. It's
What's it
like
called?
a
What's the
barbecue.
restaurant?
The Block. Oh my God.
Let's make that our
That's our
Steakhouse,
sponsor
the
for the
Block
day.
in Webster Groves.
Today's Ochoman Behind the 8 Ball is sponsored by The Block.
How do you
in
just
Webster
pick
Groves.
a sponsor?
Well, we do that.
They
here.
sponsor
nobody
you?
sponsors us
Okay,
anyway.
whatever.
Might
Yeah,
as well.
no,
They'll
we just
love
pick
us.
them and we send them a
I thought it
bill.
was- I
I
thought it
wanna
was that
throw
Mex-
something
I thought it was
out.
that Mexican drug lord. That
You
said
guys,
sponsor.
Sponsored by El Chapo.
Chapo.
I think one of my I think one of my
You
Facebook
funnel,
friends
we tunnel.
is listening to our show, and I want to pub him. He's a stand-up comedian. His name is Joe Lancey, Joe the Animal Lancey. I hope he's
Joe
listening.
the Animal
Yeah.
Lancey,
He's-
God bless you,
he's
baby.
a
Ochoman
really- you
Behind
know
the 8
what?
Ball sponsored by Joe the Animal Lancey.
He made a reference about something I said on the show. He like repeated it, and
Really?
I thought, he's probably listening to the show. So I thought,
Our
well,
millionth
that's cool.
listener.
Maybe he'll be up on stage. He I think it's the comedy club in Fairview Heights, Two Guys or something like that. I forgot. I should have talked
Two
to him
Guys.
before I
Is this a
said this. No, it's not a
comedy
gay
club?
comedy
I think
club.
he's the
I
guy that
forgot.
gave the.
Hey guys,
He's probably shaking his head, rolling his eyes.
Oh,
right
that's
now.
so funny.
So did you see what Caitlyn
But the
Jenner was
dude,
wearing
uh,
yesterday?
Oh no!
Oh my!
It
God,
was
I'm
pink
sorry I said
bombazine.
anything,
I
Joe.
guarantee I'm going to hear from the gay
I think he's the
people.
one that gave Ocho
Yeah.
the power sign.
Thank you for listening,
The
animal.
You go, brother.
No, this dude,
Don't be a
you know what he
bitch.
does for a living? He goes and like if you got like a beaver,
Prostitution.
why did I say that? If you got like a raccoon in your kitchen, he
Yeah.
comes out, he comes and goes
He comes
and
and
gets
fucks
it. You know what I mean? He's like animal control or something
Ah.
like that. Yeah.
Sure,
If
yeah.
you
There's
have
a
a
show-
raccoon
there's a show like
in
that
your
on TV.
kitchen.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's like that, I think.
That guy
pretty
from,
sure.
That
Speaking
guy
of
from
which-
Kentucky
He's like a
that
dog
goes-
catcher, but all animals.
Speaking of which, Nick, didn't you have another
actually have a
story about
friend who
someone
does
that had
that.
an unusual items up his rectum?
No, dude. No, I didn't.
Come on, yes, you did. You sent it to me on Facebook.
When did I?
I might have gone through.
Why don't you come up with it?
Okay.
Nick, why don't you tell us
Well,
that
it's Nick's
one
story. I
Someone
want
had
to give him
something
credit
up
for
his
it. The
ass.
cop
I
pulled the
don't
guy
remember
over,
this.
and he had a bunch of eyeballs up his ass.
Yes. Yeah.
Eyeball.
I sent you that.
He
Oh, you sent me
I
that.
sent you the
Oh,
article.
yeah.
It was on the group thread.
Group
Uh-huh.
thread.
Or no, Nick sent it to both of us. That's what it was.
Nick sent it to
Wow,
me.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, here, hold on, I'll
Smoking
pull
too
it
much
up.
dope, boy.
Yeah, no, a guy was
great.
stopped.
I think Nick got collided at the Large Hadron Collider.
A guy was stopped out in like
Yeah, Georgia.
Wyoming or
Oh,
Georgia or
really?
something like
Oh, this
that.
is not west.
Here it is right here. From,
Okay, I know I didn't imagine this.
Or no, I sent. Okay, I sent it in that thread, but it was from the website he sent
Yeah,
us.
who's
Okay.
smoking?
There
Yeah.
you go.
All
There you
right,
go.
well, I saw
Fucking
it.
jumping Nick's ass. He didn't have anything to do
The
with
guy had
He's still a little cockeyed. If you ask
30
me.
eyeballs in his anus. 30
Where
cow
the fuck
eyeballs.
did he get
Outta here.
eyeballs?
30 cow eyeballs.
He worked at like a slaughterhouse.
And
he
these
played there,
And
too.
he said, the company won't let us take no animal scraps home. Instead, they toss them in the landfill. They're a very wasteful company.
They
So
are.
what's he doing with the
man's doing
eyeballs?
public
anyway?
service.
I don't know. So we should be allowed to bring scrap meat and other parts home.
Ochoman would.
The company should start a green
Oh,
initiative.
shut up! I'm not eating eyeballs coming out of an ass.
I put the eyeballs in soup.
I was.
in
God.
soup. Wow. Hey, that's like that Rolling Stones album. Is there something satanic about the
Goat's head soup?
Yeah, there's got to be something satanic there.
The goat, yeah,
Yeah, of
Baphomet.
course,
Oh,
of
I'm
course.
sure.
See, I thought he had
That's
him on
one of my
string.
favorites,
like,
man.
You know,
I
like
love
those
that
beads
album.
you shove up at your ass.
Can you get this meathead off the screen here?
I like him.
Fuck me.
Hold on. We gotta.
What do you think his name is?
Yeah, what is his name?
TJ.
Drew. Daryl.
And that's his
see.
mom?
Let's see his mother.
Yeah. Jonas.
Jonas. That's a good one.
Jonas
That's
Etcher.
Jonas Etcher. Perfect.
You
Who are all
think-
these people?
Yeah, never mind.
Are those other people that jerk
No,
off a dozen
well.
times a day?
What happened to
I was trying to find our
what
friend
happened
here
to
who
Dad?
looked like Jonas.
What happened to what?
I mean, did he have a dad?
I don't know. All it talks about Mama.
Jonas
Okay, so
Etcher's
he's
mobile
obviously
home.
he didn't have a
Of
dad.
course.
He didn't have a good dad to raise him up to be a good
Get him a
fucking
hooker
kid.
when he
yeah.
needed one.
Yeah, exactly. Take him to an
Hey,
18-year-old.
listen, I got a friend. Her son's like 23, and this kid just has no interest in sex.
You're kidding.
Yeah,
at 23.
at 23. So I
was
told him,
fucking Coke
I'll take
bottles
the
at-
kid to Vegas and get him laid by a whore. Don't you think? Isn't that? Wouldn't you do that if your son?
Yeah.
Because we're
Oh,
starting.
fuck me and you went to Vegas when we were 23.
Were we 20? No, we were. I was older than that.
No, you weren't
I
that
was
much older.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's right.
And fuck, we had a
Yeah,
great
but I didn't
time.
have. I wasn't ambivalent about sex. I liked it, and I was. That's all I thought about. This kid doesn't even think about it. So my solution is take him to Vegas. And
How
get
do
him
we
a whore.
really know what he thinks about, though?
He told me he doesn't care about sex. He told me.
There's something wrong with that chap.
That's what I think.
Something wrong with that chap.
But I don't think he knows what he's missing. So
Oh.
you take him to Vegas and get him laid.
That's his problem.
Is he? Is his
that's
persona?
society's
is
problem.
His persona?
What?
So is his persona like he likes to be alone, or what?
Well, kind of. But I think. Well,
Maybe
he wants a
he's fucking
girlfriend. He
spanking
told
off
me he
12
wants a
times a
girlfriend. I don't think he says he's completely asexual. He doesn't even care, which is even more
Oh
disturbing.
my god! Keep him the fuck away.
Okay, look, I think I'm going to forget about this if I don't bring it up. And you know, I don't really.
We don't
I'm
want you
not
to
real
forget
good.
about
no,
anything,
no.
Nick.
I'm not real good on the segue. Sometimes I just pop in there and change the
Give it
subject.
to us, babe. Give it to
Well,
us now.
Mr. Ochoman, I need to kind of take you to task on something. I really need you to explain
Wait
something.
a minute, Nick. Hang on to that thought. With the picture we just
we
seen with
see
that
something.
Georgia guy.
I told you.
Oh my god!
What about him?
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
the same person. It's the same person. It's Tony.
It's Tony.
All he needs is those glasses.
Wait, that's him?
That's Tony.
That's the same guy?
That's the same guy, as far as I'm concerned.
CIA.
No, it's not the same guy, Nick. That's the guy
It's
that used to be
Adderall.
on our show.
Until Ocho Man dismissed him.
Oh, I thought I
We
really
got rid of
thinking,
him. We got rid of Nick and brought Nick on board.
What was his
he got rid of
problem?
Tony and brought Nick on
Tony,
board.
you said something. What was it?
We brought Nick on board. I said.
You said we got rid of Nick and brought Nick on board.
Do you
Oh,
know
did I
what?
say that? Well, that's too many Nicks.
Do you know what made him ask me? I don't know what made.
Nick's
I don't know
on
if
first.
he had been thinking about this for a while, but like when you asked me to be on the show, it
God, I
was
wish you'd
that
said
Walter
no.
Scott thing. We were talking on Facebook about that Walter Scott shooting, which wasn't a shooting, and then you said you're like. I said no, it wasn't a shooting. There's no smoke. There's no blood. There's blah blah blah. I
Right,
Gave
yeah,
that.
yeah, I
and then
remember.
you're like, oh, you're crazy, something like that. And then you're like, damn, Nick. You're like, you always have me not believe in you, but then I look into it and I believe you. I believe it. You guys
right,
got me
all
believing.
right.
And then you come back and you said, I want you to be on the show.
All right, come to
But
the point.
I forgot my fucking. I got a question. My question has nothing to do with that.
Peroration.
You know what? I had some point, but
I thought it was
should
about
not
Lanza.
smoke pot.
Weren't you going to
before
talk
I
about
come
Lanza?
here. All right, look, check this out. Yes, I
Holmes.
was.
I forgot, Alex.
All right, look, man. Last show, you said you thought that guy was guilty.
Which one? Holmes?
James Holmes.
James Holmes.
How
The
could you
guy
say
in the
that?
theater, the Batman.
Batman shooter. Were you too drunk?
Yeah,
or,
dude. No, I mean honestly, we're not the only ones thinking that this guy's guilty.
Have I not showed you?
I understand that.
So
but
then
why would they
Wait
do
a minute.
that?
Wait,
Why
wait.
would they hide this
Hold
guy?
on. You're saying that you don't believe your eyes because Why would they do? Because you don't believe a scenario.
I agree with you, but I just don't know why they would hide
Yes,
that.
what's
Let me
the
tell you something
motivation?
Sherlock Holmes said, man.
Uh-oh.
When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying?
Which Sherlock Holmes said that? Was it Basil
Man,
Rathbone, William Powell?
how could there be nothing fishy about that? If they put in a guy that is clearly not him, could they not find him that day? Was he lost in his cell?
Yeah.
What the fuck? And if you don't believe this
Who
is,
the fuck are
you think
you?
this story comes from like a conspiracy site. Look at it yourself.
Yes, but
look
I
at the news. Look at the news, and look at this guy that they said they
But
had in
Nick,
court
His
on his
question is
arraignment.
why? Why this man and why this?
Yeah, why are they
it doesn't
protecting
matter.
this guy?
It doesn't. I don't know that. I don't. First of all, he didn't do anything. His dad's one of the richest men in America.
Really?
Was investigating a bank scandal. Yes.
I didn't know
Okay,
that.
so
Oh,
yes.
I did not know
Oh
that.
yeah.
I wonder if he'd adopt
And
me.
the thing is, it's like it doesn't matter that I don't have the reason. It's like this. It's like, look, planes can't fly 500 miles an hour. If they were going to fly 500 miles an hour at the level that they hit the towers, things would be different. So you can't say like, well, then how come this and that? Forget it. Forget it. The plane didn't fucking hit the building. I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but we're discussing this.
Okay, we'll talk about James Jones.
Yeah.
Fine,
Yeah,
fine.
okay.
right, what I'm saying-
Now the point is, then you're saying he did not kill these people?
No.
Who did
He
kill
wasn't
these
there.
people?
He wasn't there. He's just the
convicted
patsy,
felon.
and he will not do a day
that again.
in prison
Didn't
or
hear
in a
it.
hospital or anything. Because it's a
convicted
facade.
felon.
It's a facade, fellas. It is. It is a big job. His lawyer, you can't find shit out on his lawyer, and his lawyer was seen at Sandy Hook as a victim's mother.
Motherfucker.
Man, check this out. I got to show you this again, man.
That's eerie.
I got to
How
show
about I
you
call the
this
cops
again.
and you meet them, you punk bitch?
Let's see this.
What's even more interesting
Th-
than what
this
he
isn't
says
that.
is these
This isn't
responses.
that, and I know
that
you're not
Chris,
going to like this, but and it doesn't mean that
Yes. Well,
Look,
let's
man.
see it.
Let's see
You just-
it.
what is
I'm
it?
just saying
To me.
they're using crisis actors for these things.
Hey, you know who that looks like? That looks like Adam Sandler in that horrible movie. What,
That's
Jack
the
and
same.
Jill or
You know who
whatever?
that guy is right there? That's
No.
the Virgin Killer. The
Jack.
guy that said that the Virgin Killer. They said he was the Virgin. That's him right there.
The Virgin Killer?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No.
Oh,
Let me see this.
I don't know.
said he was a virgin. He couldn't get laid, so he went on a shooting spree, killed some
See,
people.
you should have got. They should have taken him to Vegas and got him laid. That's what I'm talking about.
I think that's what we ought to do is hold a fucking contest.
You can tell these fakes. Remember, I was telling you last time I was in here, I was talking about a bill that was passed in 2012 saying that it's legal to propagandize the American
Yes,
public.
that's right.
Okay, that's called. It wasn't a bill that was written up. I heard about it the day before. Okay, Smith-Mundt Act of 1948. It was reversed in 2012. That's what it is. Look into that. That's
Well, here my comment on all this is, as usual, just research, do a little reading.
right. Oh, okay, let me
We
tell you
advocate
something.
that.
Yeah,
just
but
don't take everything at its face
Here's
value.
what Nick's saying, though.
Cecil the Lion, etc., polar
What
bears.
news are we looking at to do our research? I mean, it could be
Well, what makes
the
common
mainstream
sense
that I've done,
Well, Nick
and
makes
it's
a
a
good
whole
point.
different point to where
I
Nick's
get it.
going. So who the fuck am I trusting?
Well, as an objective observer of this, I wouldn't call it an argument, but this debate, I have to say you have a good point. What is the motivation for doing this?
Okay,
Why?
hold on.
Why would they do this?
Well, it's several purposes.
Okay.
Don't
but I'm
bring
just
it to
saying,
the Pentagon
gun
yet.
control. Gun control is the main thing, man.
Well, I believe that.
Gun control is the main thing
That's of
because
course.
here's the deal: every time you got Sandy Hook, you got Charleston. Every time,
Yes, the gun
every
control
time,
nuts come
they
out.
come out and they say, the victims' families.
Right.
They have their letters for Obama talking about gun control.
Right,
After
right.
someone's just been, their daughter's been machine gunned.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They have
Yes.
their daughter, and they're flirting with, and the
Like,
woman
for
was flirting
instance,
with Anderson Cooper.
Nick, that kid in Oklahoma that killed his family, right? He did it with a knife. It was gone
Yeah.
before you knew it. Right? Did you hear about that?
These things are not
I didn't even
happening.
know
He
about
stabbed
that.
his whole family, but he stabbed them. So we would, if it had been a gun, he's
No,
got
but
a point.
that's a family, though. That's not
Doesn't
a
matter if it was a
community.
gun; they would have made hay out of
no,
that.
it still wouldn't have been. Because if it's something like a movie theater or a public type of place.
Unless it's a Muslim.
Okay,
it's a whole
then a
different
Muslim. What if a
deal.
Let me
Muslim
ask you
does? How
something.
about that Muslim?
Watch this. Here's what's going to happen.
Muslim
okay,
asswipe.
there was another movie theater shooting. You know about that?
Yeah, I heard
okay.
about it. Right.
Now
That
I
was
bet
in Lafayette.
I bet
That's Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah, there's going to be a mall shooting, and then you're going to have to be frisked before you go in the mall. You're going to be frisked before you go into a movie theater.
my solution
You're going
to
to
all
be
this-
frisked. See what I'm talking about?
Why are you against that though, Nick? I don't want someone to fucking come in with a knife or
Because
a
the
gun.
only people they
Little by little, they're going to inch away at your privacy
No,
and
I
your
see
freedoms.
that too. Yeah, you're right about that.
No, I see. I'm the opposite. I think everyone should have to be required to carry a gun. Then there'd be no crime.
Well, I mean,
Believe me, there'd be no crime.
Well,
I
you got a
kind of
good point
agree.
there, too.
I kind
That's
of
what I'm
agree
saying.
with
Go
it.
the other way. But
Let me
he
tell you
makes
something.
a good point. They
Hey.
want gun control because that's what the communists did. The first thing is gun control. That's always.
Right.
Yeah, but
You
how
control
do you
people's
give
healthcare
everybody a
and the
gun though? I mean, there's a lot
well,
of
no,
fucking
no.
Barney Fifes
That
out
may
there.
be going a little too far, but I think it's better than disarming everyone.
Well, let me. Here's the deal.
How hard is it to get a gun in this country? There are all kinds of.
Convicted felon.
Thank you.
If
Right.
you disarm everyone,
Right,
first
you
of all,
disarm everyone, the people with-
do you really? How are you going to disarm everyone? You think these criminals are going to give
Correct.
up? These
Of
drugs are
course.
going to give up their guns?
Basically, it's
No.
like drugs.
They
Drugs
don't
are
have
illegal,
rights.
right?
They don't even have
So
rights
nobody
to
can
carry
do-
those guns. You think they're going
Right.
to give them up?
Of course. I agree with Nick.
That means
if
only
you
the
don't,
criminals will have guns.
go
Then
to
what are we
hell.
going to do?
Right, correct.
No,
I agree.
I buy
agree.
into that, but I just don't think that everyone
That's why.
out with a gun at a mall,
No,
justifies
that's
everything
a
because
little
one
Wild
day,
West, you
one
know,
day,
I mean-
one day, one of these fucking guys that passed the test or passed the criteria to have a gun. What if one of these days he's depressed, his wife left him or something? Next thing you know, he goes to a mall.
Then he'll probably kill himself. He's not going to go to a mall and start
Well,
shooting.
he'll kill people.
No,
then
he won't.
kill
Not
himself.
many. Not if everybody's armed.
Why
How
is
many
he
people
going
is
to
he
the
gonna
mall
kill?
then?
I really
Because
respect.
he's afraid somebody's going to kill him.
I really
Now
respect your
you know-
radical idea, but that will never happen.
I'm just, yeah, that's
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
a hypothetical. But what I'm saying is, if you disarm everyone, Nick
Only
is
the
correct.
criminals.
Only the criminals will have guns. It's been proven over
and the
and over
legal
again.
criminals.
No, I buy that.
I don't care. I don't
understand.
care if Ochoman has a bazooka in his pocket because I know he's
I do have a
he's
bazooka
little-
in my
He's
pants.
a little warped. Yeah, I mean,
I do
okay.
have one.
Now we don't want the guy beating off 12 times a day probably to have a gun because he's a little unbalanced.
Right.
But
I said that at the same time, didn't I?
but I'm just saying,
Son
right?
of a bitch.
Good citizens with guns are not a threat. Just like
Okay,
you know,
all
right?
right,
Correct?
whatever.
I'm
Fuck.
getting tired.
it's
What is a
criminals-
good citizen?
I'm a good citizen.
You're a good citizen, and if I talked about polar bear, you shoot me.
I won't shoot you.
You know,
I'd
man.
take you out to the Granite City Park.
Park, right?
And beat
yeah.
your
I
ass.
know,
Those
I know.
like the
polar
good old
bears are
days.
going to drown anyway. All animals, unfortunately, die horrible
Nick,
deaths.
I'm really getting shocked.
There's some.
They are. I mean,
You are really jumping on this fucking right
Listen, oh,
wing.
Look,
by the
man.
way,
No, this
Arctic
band-
ice is at the highest level since 1979.
No shit.
30% increase in Arctic ice.
3% increase.
30%.
30.
Right.
30%.
and
Trust
polar
me,
bears
look
can
it up.
jump off that ice thing and swim.
They swim.
They
of
swim
course.
all fucking day.
That's a bunch of nonsense. Plus, we're also headed for another Maunder minimum, which means we're going to have cold weather. It's bad. It's going to be another ice age, mini ice age
Hey, what'd you guys
in
think?
2020.
Switching topics here. What'd
Don't
you guys,
switch topics on me.
I want to switch
Another-
topics.
another
on
ice
that.
age.
I don't care about
So
that.
you have plenty of ice to ice up your whiskey.
We got to get the boxing gloves, so go ahead with it.
Go ahead
Huh,
now.
What about my fucking Hulk Hogan here?
What about him?
What he do? Call somebody an N word or something?
Yeah, he called
yes.
someone the big N word, and
Double G.
and and now he's lost the WWE wrestling.
He's still wrestling, that guy?
Hey, brother,
Yeah, he still
He's 70
comes up.
years old.
I'm Hulk Hogan.
No, he's Terry Bollea, right? Isn't that his real name?
It doesn't matter now. He's been
Ostracized.
stripped. He's been stripped of the WWE
Prescribed.
and
Censured.
Yeah, and they don't have anything to do with him. And he's been
I don't think he really
fired and-
cares.
because he had sex with his friend's wife.
Good for him.
Yeah, but the fucking guy videotaped everything.
Who?
And
The friend?
the friend did.
Wow.
I guess I blew that one.
Yeah, you fucking blew that
That's
one. all right.
entrapment.
So this guy, so Hulk's fucking talking shit with this gal.
Right, and he had it on tape.
And he's saying that
Oh, I saw that. He was talking about his daughter, being with a black guy.
daughter with a black guy, as he calls her,
Yes, right.
calls him another
Expletive,
name. And so
expletive deleted. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually have a statement from Hulk.
Look, man, I made a mistake.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's
See,
fair
you
enough.
heard it here on the Ochoman Show.
Thanks,
if
Hulk.
I'm Hulk Hogan, though, honest to God, I'm suing the fuck out of this.
You can't. I don't think you can.
How? Because you just videotape secretly without me knowing about it?
Well, that's true. I think there is a law against it. Now, I don't know if it's a civil action.
I don't think there is.
In
You
crime,
can
well, what about the
videotape
guy?
you can videotape the police.
You can't.
Yeah, but that's in
videotape-
public.
You
In
can't
public. I don't know about a
videotape-
private.
You can't videotape someone getting undressed in a fitting room or something shit like that.
Why
it's
not?
the same concept.
No,
Hey,
you
why
can't.
not?
Well, how
because
could you? That's
it's like having a video
that's
camera in a
invasion of
bathroom or
privacy.
something.
If you're in
Right.
public, if you're in public, and they can tell you. I mean, it might be a shitty thing to do.
Do they have a
I don't
video
know. You know
camera in
what?
that Walmart where the
There
guy
are
fucked the
privacy
pig?
laws, so I don't know.
I'd like to see that video.
I
What's
guess
that?
The one in the Walmart where the guy screwed the pig.
Oh, God.
there is. I'd like to see
Be more fun than Hulk Hogan in bed
footage
with some gal.
of a pig
How
going
is that
into
more
Walmart.
fun
Who's
with
gonna
that?
take a pig into a
Fucking
fucking
this guy's like the guy in Deliverance.
Well,
How
that's
is that more?
I'm just saying, if you want to see something perverse, I used to have a videotape.
I don't want to see anything
of,
pervert.
two nuns
That
and a
chick-
mule.
That chick was hot.
That's for damn sure.
Well, it might have been a hot pig.
Oh my God!
Come on.
Is
I want to
it-
see
I gotta-
something that I'm not going to do. Who cares? I mean, big deal. You want to see?
I
you want to see Hulk Hogan
something I don't want
schlong?
to do.
Hey,
I don't want to see
like
an old
see-
man screwing somebody.
Oh fuck!
Hey, let me go
nasty.
back. Remember, I said I was going to review some things for you.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. That was Chris.
Well, that was Hulk. But hey, man, you know when the that alleged Batman shooting happened?
Yes, the alleged Batman shooting.
It happened on the anniversary of the moon landing.
The first one? July
That's
20th?
when Chris Nolan wanted Batman premiered.
Oh.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go.
Also, the beginning of that movie, by the way, where he
have a lot of guests
No
today.
one else saw that movie. No one else saw that movie.
What, the moon landing?
The Batman. Okay, the night of the Batman
Oh,
shooting.
of the
that
Batman.
was a premiere. No one had seen it yet.
Right.
Okay, so in the beginning of that movie, first minute of the film, you see a skyline and it says Aurora on one of the buildings. That's where the shooting happened.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So,
That's fucking
so what's up with that? Anyway, the reason why that's the reason why Chris Nolan, the director, wanted that released on the anniversary of the moon landing is
Which didn't occur, correct?
right.
I don't buy it.
And is anybody's guess, but
What does Hulk have to say?
he is Chris Nolan subscribes to the belief that Stanley Kubrick filmed the Apollo landings.
Oh, that's right.
For
That's why they
NASA.
killed him, right?
Well, no, they killed him with a heart attack gun, I believe, because
Couldn't have had a regular heart attack. could he?
No, okay, Eyes Wide Shut. He showed when he finished Eyes Wide Shut, he showed the studio heads Eyes Wide Shut, and they told him, "Oh my God, you've got to change this. It's all
Are
about
you
the
crazy?
Illuminati and shit." Okay,
Yeah, I remember the...
and he said, "No, I'm not doing it." He had an ironclad contract that nobody could touch his films. And 4 days after that, he was dead. 4 days later, he was dead. And he died. What was his most famous film? Would say arguably 2001.
Probably, yeah.
He died 666 days before 2001, January 1st, 2001.
Oh my God.
Son of a bitch!
Isn't that weird?
No kidding, Hulk.
That's just weird.
That's
I don't
Harry
even think
Potter.
that's on
That's
purpose.
Voldemort at work there.
But yeah, man, you
Hey,
should
listen,
see
you want to
Room
talk about
237
Here's
documentary.
something I want to
here.
bring up today, and something that I find totally disgusting and repulsive.
Oh, geez.
Is this Planned Parenthood scandal?
Yeah, I was going to
That-
bring this up too.
Yeah, that's beyond the pale here.
Let's hear it.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I hear
Okay,
it,
all
but
right.
let's see. I want to see your
You're
side
selling
of it.
body parts of well, to me,
What's
you know,
wrong with that?
What's wrong with it? It's Orwellian. It's
For a guy of
It's
your
dystopian.
stature that always believes a modernization of what
I believe I
science
believe in
should do.
science. I don't think, well, that's a good point. But I believe in science. I don't have a problem with the embryos and getting stem cells, even though skin stem cells are just as effective and
That's for damn
pluripotential,
sure.
etc. But this is going. I think this is beyond the pale. Because to me, I mean, the argument these people make is that that's not a baby, that's just a piece of tissue, gastrula, blastula, etc.
Right.
Okay, these are embryology terms. Well,
A
when you're-
testicle,
very good. A fallopian tube, etc.
All right, go on.
Well, what I'm saying is when you start talking about we're going to take the liver and we're going to take the heart, now you're talking about an organ
Yeah.
that's
I see what
working.
you're saying.
Now to me, it's a human being. You see what I'm talking about?
That's
It's not just a
horrible.
slab of cells.
I'm really shocked at this from you.
I think it's disgusting.
I've usually seen you on the other end of modern
I'm always for modernization, science, etc. I'm not a Luddite.
I got a great question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you heard about these doctors that are disappearing and murdered and shit? Ended up dead and disappearing? Holistic doctors. The one guy had this breakthrough cancer.
Yeah, the DOs.
Oh my God, this one
Really?
guy
How
had
the
this.
fuck is that a
Osteopaths.
question?
I think
towards this?
Ochoman.
just
I think
asking what he
Ochoman
thinks about
approves
it.
of that because they wouldn't be killing lions.
Have you guys heard about this?
God forbid they go
Yes.
on safari.
Yeah, I
I,
have.
God.
I haven't heard anything about
This guy
that.
said
but
he's got a cure for cancer, autism, can reverse
goes.
autism, and all
There
this
you
shit,
go, huh?
and dead.
I just don't think that any of this is true.
What, the Planned Parenthood stuff?
Yeah.
You saw the videos. Why wouldn't you? I do.
I think it's a way of the right wing party, and we know who they are, to put an end to this group, to this.
Well, I don't know if people don't want to put an end to Planned Parenthood. They just don't want to get.
Damn,
I agree
Ocho,
with
that's
this.
good.
Let's stop funding them. What do they need?
That's basically what the senator from
That's what he's
Well, that's what I say,
Missouri
too.
is
saying. That's what they're
saying
trying to
right
motivate.
now. That's
Well,
Yeah.
why are we funding this? If it's such a successful and such a
well,
great organization, what do they need our money for?
Who are you going to have that represents the women that I think this is a helping in a sense.
Bullshit.
No, bullshit. What is that? Your
They're making money. They're trying to make money off these body parts, and it's illegal. First of all,
my friend, all I'm saying is we need a fucking
no, we
group
don't.
out there.
How stupid can people be?
Well, listen to what he's saying.
We need a group out there.
No, we don't. We need
To
we
what?
need-
To
we
what?
need
Let
an
him finish.
We
Let him
need an
finish.
informed populace.
So
Group
who's
what?
doing that?
A group to
who's,
do what?
Who's going to do that?
Nobody. That's why. But we don't need Planned
We
Parenthood
have
selling
one
body
plan-
parts.
We have that. We have that right
Who?
now.
Who? Planned
With the-
Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood. Yeah.
Baloney.
I mean, who else are you going to get? Community centers? Are you going
They
to get?
teach it in school, for God's sake. I mean,
So-
they're giving
so you're
condoms out in
banking-
schools.
You're banking. No, they
course they
never
do.
gave a condom to my kid. Okay, I don't.
No,
care.
Not your school, but
Well, okay.
They don't give them. They're available.
of course they are.
They're available.
Okay, that's fine. But my point is,
Okay.
you need some establishment out there that takes care of the woman's needs at this time when they're in that
What, to get an
vulnerable
abortion?
stage. No, it's not all about abortion, though.
They give supposedly to give mammograms, etc. You can
Yeah.
go anywhere and get that. Come on, you don't need Planned Parenthood to do that.
Well, I mean, it's not all about abortion.
Yes, it is.
This place here also does other things. It's all about like birth control and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, they take care of that.
That's
as
what I'm
well.
saying, though. I mean, come on, people are that stupid.
What do you mean people are that?
I mean, they're
stupid?
that stupid. You can't. First of all, you know what it's like. How to get somebody pregnant, right? And how to avoid getting somebody pregnant. And if you fuck up and you take the RU480 pill the next day, you have day after pills. Why would you go 12, 15, 20 weeks and then get an abortion?
Well,
That's ridiculous.
In that sense too. If it does go that long, maybe
Well,
you
that's
just
what I'm
didn't
saying.
know about it.
I guess I blew that one.
Nick,
What?
do you realize how absurd that comment just was?
No, I really don't want to even talk about this stuff anymore.
Oh, yes, I do.
All right, let's talk about the Holocaust.
Oh, no.
We're not going back in
Oh,
the
no.
Holocaust.
It was a fraud.
No.
All right, so you really you condone
He
this?
threw that in there. He had to throw that in there.
Edit it out, please.
Please shut up.
So how do you condone this? A man with 2 daughters, 2 children.
And I expect to have that available, God forbid, for my daughters to have that privilege.
Yeah, but at
to
what-
have
okay,
that,
let me ask you a
Have
question.
that establishment there,
right, but at what time-
So if you get rid of all these type of places,
I'm not talking about getting rid of all these type of places. I didn't say anything about outlawing abortion,
well,
etc.
let me tell you this
Get rid
right
of
now.
Planned Parenthood.
Let me tell you this
or
right
don't
now.
fund it.
The more we move in time, the more we're going to see more modernization of the body. More steps are going to be taken for how man.
Well, that's
is,
my point in a way, because
is
you know what
taking care
really
of his
when
body.
I changed my mind about abortion was when I saw these ultrasounds of children at 18, 20 weeks. That's a living being to me. I mean, you see an ultrasound, that's a kid. I mean, that to me is infanticide.
Okay.
That's what I'm
so,
saying. I didn't used to think that. 'Cause I used to think, well, 28 weeks, 30 weeks, 38 weeks, etc. But now, I mean, these children are viable at 20 weeks.
These children. now
That's
they're
what they are.
children.
Well, it is. Don't dehumanize them. If you're taking out, I mean, did you see what this woman was saying? Matter of factly, I'll do a less crunchy procedure. I mean, that's
Okay.
disgusting. Please. And I'm no conservative, believe me, about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you want to have an abortion, you've got 3. Well, let's give it at least a month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Get your back an abortion.
This kind of stems back to what Nick said before.
What's that?
And that's the point, that if we eliminate this right now, what are they going to eliminate down the line in the future with other stuff?
But I'll
too?
counter with, if we allow this right now, what's next? You're going to breed people to use them for body parts?
Well, I'll tell
That's
you what.
what's next.
You think they're not cloning people already? And
Yes, I don't think they are.
I think they
I
are
don't think- I don't
totally.
think they have the. I think if they had the scientific wherewithal to do it, they would.
Yeah,
but I don't
man.
think they have that yet.
You know that Earth 2.0, that second Earth they found?
Yes,
They've
Kepler
already
425.
landed on it.
Oh, come
They're
on.
not going to. You know what I mean? They tell
what-
you
what
they
are you
clone
talking about
after
there, Nick?
we've just learned how to clone people. They or we just learned that we can clone people. They got people cloned. You know what I'm saying? We just learned we just found another planet.
I think there's a
like- just
McCartney
like
story
Earth.
coming up here.
Yeah, I think you
There
got
is
something there.
no, there isn't. But he said
There is a
no. I
McCartney.
got
It's
one.
either
Thanks for
Hitler
reminding
in
me
a time
about
machine
that.
or McCartney.
But you know what I'm saying? Supposedly there was an Earth. NASA never a straight answer. They found another planet like ours.
Yes, I
They're
saw
calling
that.
it Earth
Yes.
2.0 or something like that. They done landed on it, man.
So
They
are
landed
you
on
saying
it.
that that planet
Secret
is,
space program?
It's what is that? Several. What
Yeah,
is
it's
it,
like- no, it's like
70 light years, 30 light years,
438 light years
yeah, it's,
away.
It's pretty far away.
NASA lies.
That's
Now, wait a
lie.
minute.
They
In
don't
one
want you
hand,
there.
you're saying the
dude.
whole moon landing was a
You know
fake,
what? For all
but
we know,
landed
all
on
there
the
is
Land on
to it
the
is
moon,
our
we're
solar
going like
system.
9 galaxies
Yeah,
away.
how do we do that?
Yeah.
What?
Like
What are you talking
how
we
for
didn't
not
land on
able
the
to
moon,
land on the
but
moon
we're on
can
a
we
planet in a different solar system. That
Oh,
doesn't quite make sense to me.
interdimensional.
Oh,
Interdimensional.
all
We
right,
send our
wow.
souls there, our spirits there.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. I'm just joking around. I'm joking around. No, I don't think we.
No,
did
what-
it. But
no.
what I'm trying, the point I'm trying to make is, you can't say they just they got this new tech. They're a lot further with it than they tell you. I don't think we landed on that planet. I'm just saying that. I do think that they've cloned people and they have clones, and I think
And,
that
and what are they using them for?
I
Are they
think-
using it for spare body
Probably-
parts or what? I mean, or just to substitute for other people and make them,
I
like
don't
Manchurian
know.
candidate
I don't know
stuff.
yet. I'm just saying. I just think that they can do it. They probably do make Manchurian mind control robots, assassins, you name it. You know what I mean?
I just wrote a script about that.
About that?
Yeah.
Who's
That
buying
kind of
that
stuff's
one?
really interesting.
Nobody yet, but any of our million listeners, any producers out there,
Attaboy.
I'll send you
Put
the
it out
log
there.
line.
I'd love to read
I'll
it.
tell
out
you
there.
what, I'll give you $14,000.
No, not enough. no. Sorry, Hulk.
I don't know why the hell you
Terry.
said Zimbabwe's against that, because they want to go after the Cecil the lion killer.
Well, that's because he's poaching. But apparently, there are places you can kill a lion
Yeah,
legally.
no. The land. Okay, the land that was actually the spot that he shot the lion on.
Right.
So it did not have the permission to shoot a lion with this year, but years in the past,
Right.
like so they hand out like the
Correct.
same way they do here with
Permits.
deer and with turkey and with
Right.
everything else. They hand out to private landowners.
And this guy
permits
shelled
to
out
hunt lions.
$50,000 and
buy-
thought he had
yeah,
all the right
yes.
permits, etc., and he went and shot the thing.
So
he's not
the-
really that guilty. As repulsive as it is to people.
And then the other side of the story is that it's the guide and the guy who worked with the guide who had the strategy who knew this lion was in the reserve, and so I think they laid like a dead animal on top of a car to lure the lion off of the protected land onto the private land to shoot him.
Okay, so technically what he did was legal if it's what
yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
Well, that's not my. I just think the guy's an asshole for wanting
No
to shoot
kidding.
the lion.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
no
even
kidding.
about legal
All right,
hunts
so
or
what are you going to
anything.
do to the guy? Throw him in jail for the rest of his life?
No, I don't think.
I would
What are you
like.
gonna do? The
I
guy's
would
life
like.
is ruined.
I
No,
would
I don't
like.
think he needs to go to jail.
Oh, no, he doesn't need to go to jail. What he needs to do is we need to get him, and we need to parachute him over Syria, over ISIS, and let them behead this prick, and then hold a picture of him with his head with these ISIS guys. And then, you know what? Then he'll understand how fucking Cecil went
Here we
through.
go.
and
Ochoman justice. King Solomon
what
over here.
Cecil went through
All
that
right,
fucking
yeah.
day. You know what? That's bullshit. We don't need trophies, quote unquote trophies.
Then outlaw the whole
go,
practice.
Go play fucking football, basketball, or whatever. That's how you get a trophy.
Right.
It's
right.
not.
But we
it's-
need Planned Parenthood to destroy infants.
No, wait a minute.
Right, what the hell?
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
yeah,
now.
that's not a big deal.
That's
We need
something else, man.
Well, that
that's
is. It's
something
criminal.
else.
You
It
know
certainly
what?
is something
you know,
else.
that's one thing. You guys,
These are human beings. Come on.
Now get mad.
you know,
while
you
I'm
said
talking.
you said who? If I'm not going to, and this is, I'm just trying to change the subject from that
Paul
gross
McCartney?
stuff. No, okay, let me get on the Paul. Let me tell you this real quick.
I knew it,
This
Paul
real
McCartney.
quick. He
I
was
got this
in a
guy.
Every
concert.
week we get a Paul McCartney.
Yes.
We should get
Yeah,
one
come
now.
on.
All right.
Anyway.
He was in a concert, I think, in Denmark, and people were shouting, "You're not Paul. You're not Paul."
He's not. He's a clone, that prick.
Oh, he's not a clone.
Oh.
And then some people think that
He's
he's
just a
the third Paul
replacement.
McCartney. You know
He
what?
was a
We've
third
had Paul
Paul
McCartney.
McCartney?
He's
we,
V3.1.
We've
You
had Paul.
said before that Paul McCartney died.
In
Yes, in
66?
'66.
So
I
now
remember
he's
that.
at a concert.
Well, there's like a new Paul McCartney. There's the guy.
Oh,
that-
the new Paul
Sir
McCartney.
Paul McCartney, the guy that wins.
The guy that's
and
been
that
around
guy
for the
that-
last 50 years.
Because he's convinced me there's two Paul McCartneys.
Now there's
Well, no,
three.
the first one. There's a theory that this is the third one.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds a little
But I
ridiculous.
mean, man, you can just look at the pictures and tell that they're two different people.
He's got pictures.
And it's even, his ex-wife, that Heather Mills, she came out and
She's
was
the one
like,
with one leg?
she's like, yeah, she's like, I know the truth. She says, and she says if she's like, there are people would be devastated if they found out what I know.
He'd probably take that other leg out too.
He probably
I mean,
took
hey.
John out.
See, now that's sick.
What's sick as you, fucker?
They say he was
Here.
MI6,
MI5.
MI5 or MI6.
That's
It
right.
was the British intelligence.
British intelligence, correct. MI5.
They had him in the backyard. Basically, they didn't just lose Paul in an accident and then they said, "Hey, let's find a new
Hey guys,
Paul."
anyone see
they
Paul?
had this
I think
guy.
I left him at the park.
They had this guy for a while.
Hey, Armand, would you ever do a chick without legs?
Yeah, sure. I struck out. Well, my
He
my
would
buddy
do
Joe
Caitlyn,
Struck out with
remember?
one of them
No,
too.
My buddy Joe struck out with a gal that lost her leg. Yeah, she had one leg.
Well, I
And,
could-
and
He struck out with her. She wouldn't go home with him.
Jesus,
She wasn't
Christ.
bad looking.
Well, I could set you up.
Well,
with your
yeah,
own
I would. I
accident.
wouldn't
struck
go
out with-
home with Joe either. He's
I
a
struck
fucking
out with a midget
nutcase.
one night.
Well, I could set you up with
They're
your
not
Japanese
midgets,
guy.
dude.
Small person, a dwarf.
Small people, dwarfs, man.
Yeah.
Sorry
Can
for
you imagine that?
all
She was
our
about 4
dwarfs
foot-
out there
she was
that
about 4
listen to our
feet
show.
tall. I couldn't take her home.
Aren't they mongoloid looking?
No, she wasn't that bad. Well, maybe she was. I was drunk.
She was probably
Hey, you
a
know,
guy.
did you see that they're not going to make Pluto? It's still going to be a dwarf planet, even though we visited. And the guy wanted to. There's this, there's this movement to make it a planet again.
Yeah.
They don't want to do it. It's a dwarf planet still.
Someone was saying it was. It wasn't even a. They think that it was a moon of Uranus.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably
That-
Neptune.
that,
right?
um,
I thought it was Neptune, but I don't
Or maybe it
Neptune.
was Neptune, a moon
a
of
Kuiper Belt
that
object.
Pluto was
It's a
actually a
KBO.
moon.
right.
Yeah.
That got out of right.
You know, our moon is. Some people think that's a spaceship. Our moon does not behave like any other moon in our solar system. You only see one side of it at a time. You know
Our
what I'm saying?
moon and Armand.
I got to tell you, I'm off the Rand Paul. I'm with a new campaign now.
Who you like?
I like Bernie Sanders.
Oh,
you crazy?
Jesus Christ!
I like Bernie Sanders. I'm all over Bernie Sanders, and I like my perfect fucking scenario would be Bernie Sanders taking on Donald Trump. That would be my fucking ideal fucking.
No way.
You like a socialist, Bernie Sanders?
Oh yeah, I'm all over Bernie.
I don't like what he said about gun control. About men, we only need guns to hunt with. I think that's
right.
bullshit.
He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
I'm tired.
I
Although
think
he did
Bernie-
say
I'm tired
something
of that
good about
argument.
immigration.
I'm tired of
I
that
like his
argument.
stance on immigration.
And I like his stance on Wall Street with
Oh, sure, nationalize the banks. That's a good idea.
what he said about
imbecile.
what did he say about that?
He said nationalize the banks. They're
Why
too big
not?
to fail.
Why not?
Why not?
Why can't we do something like that?
Why don't you nationalize everything? You nationalize the banks.
Well, now it's
That's
starting
it.
to sound like Max Powers.
Who's he?
The guy used to work here, the little Irish guy.
No, people don't know Max fucking Powers. We're just now influencing people to know
First
about Tony.
of all, you got a government that can print money. You got the Federal Reserve. You want to talk about a conspiracy? What do you know about the Federal Reserve?
Oh,
That's your biggest conspiracy of all time.
gosh. I mean,
The who?
where do you start?
Read the Prisoner of Shark Island.
There's so many threads that that I could.
Well, in any case,
All right, vote for Bernie.
I
Yeah,
think
good. Throw your
this
vote
is our
away.
guy. I think I'm leaning towards Bernie now. There's no other person out
He's
there.
not going to get the nomination. I think Biden's going to run.
Well, it's
I
fine.
think Biden's going to run.
Why? What would that do?
I think he'd win
Yeah.
against Hillary.
I think he'll run.
Because
Okay,
Hillary's very
cool.
weak. And Sanders, nobody's going to vote for him except.
Well, did
What are
you know
talking
that
about? He's drawing. He's drawing really big time people.
yeah, like
there.
$500-600 people.
No. He had the
Nobody's-
largest fucking gathering.
Nobody's
going to
vote for
in
a
Indianapolis
communist
or whatever.
a socialist. He's a socialist.
Oh,
Nobody
get
in this
outta
country.
here.
Hey, do any of you know?
No one wants to vote
For
for
all
him.
we know,
He says he's a
Obama.
socialist. You think I'm making it up?
Well, you know what? Maybe schools ought to be free. Maybe colleges ought to be free. Maybe we ought to fucking stop fucking making everything 40, 50, 100,000 and get these kids into school. Why the fuck are we so against that as a public?
He's not saying make Harvard free. He's making community college free.
What?
So
Who
that's a great
gives a
education.
shit? Let's give everybody
There's no
some
such
education.
thing as a free lunch.
Then we do it in France. We do it in Germany. We do it in
What,
all these
free
European
college? No,
free
you don't.
college.
No, you don't.
Free
in France?
college.
Really?
France, they do.
Bullshit.
Okay,
Bullshit.
well, what's,
Look it up.
All right,
They do.
fine. But what's wrong with it?
What's
wrong with
with
free
it?
college?
Well, the bad part is
It's not free.
Well,
There's no such thing
It's
as a free
there is
lunch.
free.
Right.
It's
That's
Milton
true.
free
Friedman,
college.
and by the way,
Free
it's Milton
college.
Friedman's birthday today.
Well, the bad part is then all of a sudden we're paying 80% income tax. You know what I mean?
Of course,
Yeah.
like France.
Well,
Yeah.
of course we'd be paying for it. I mean,
Of course, there's no such thing as free.
If you like,
Well, then you got to stifle some of this fucking colleges boosting up and into it.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
I
you
mean,
know what that's
this
all
is getting
about?
out of hand,
That's
man.
the problem is you've got the government involved again. So people get loans to take lesbian studies, etc.
public universities in France are about $150 a semester. So,
Okay,
yeah.
that's about comparable. I mean, what is it, about $300 a credit?
$300 a year. That's a semester. 300.
$150 a year. 300 a year. You're saying?
Yeah, that's what it
150 a
said.
semester.
I don't know if that's right, but-
300. That's right. I'm telling you, they're not fucking bullshitting.
Do your kids go to public school?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. my kids both go to
All right.
public
Well, you're
school.
paying for it. You're paying property taxes.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
But why?
have free
Why
college?
do I have to pay? Why do I have to pay for another? Now, once they get to college, I got to pay for Mizzou University $35,000
Why
or
should the government have to
$18,000 a
pay?
year.
Why would the government have to pay for your kids to go to school?
Why not?
You
No,
got me
why
there.
not though? Why not?
First of all, because
Why not? But you'll send fucking troops to fucking Afghanistan.
don't bring the
Not-
troops
not
in.
you.
Okay,
I'm
listen.
not bringing that up to you. But I'm saying we're spending all that money abroad. We're spending all this
stick to the
Muslim
point.
research
No,
in
wait, stick
Egypt
to
and
the
all
point.
that shit.
Stick to the
Why not
point.
take care of our own
Tuition
people?
is going up astronomically, and that's, of course, everybody knows that. But why? Because government is subsidizing all these student loans. If people actually had to pay to go to a regular school, which you don't even need a school these days, Nick, right?
What?
You can learn more on the internet, right? What do you need a brick and mortar college for in the first place?
For that certificate.
Of course, it's stupid. Like this gal that came over from Africa, she was braiding hair, right? She's done it all her life. Somebody found out she's braiding hair. You have to be a cosmetologist to do that. So she has to go to school, spend $24,000, go to school for 2 years to be a licensed cosmetologist. Nonsense.
No, I agree with that totally.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm
Like,
saying
all these
to you
stupid
that
licensure problems and all this
that
education
still
bullshit.
that still doesn't deflect what these kids are paying. I mean, they're
Right.
still paying this
The
money.
problem is the tuition is too high. I agree with you.
well,
But it has
something's
nothing-
got to be done.
Right, you get rid of the college system entirely. You do it over the internet. You don't need these
Well,
colleges.
you know what? That ain't going to happen there.
Why
You're
not?
Gonna, you're going to
Why
lose.
not?
You're going to lose a lot of fucking college. Me,
Good.
I'm going to. I can't watch the SEC
Who are the
football
richest?
anymore.
See, that's what you're worried about. And that's why college is going up, Ochoman. They're not spending more of this tuition money on professors. They're spending it on football stadiums, on dormitories, on new buildings, etc. Very little of it is more bureaucrats. Very little of it is going to actual education, and that's the problem.
I think that once the money comes in from colleges, from sports and so forth, it should be even given out to the kids to where now, hey, by the way, we did our company did really good this year, our company being our college, we are going to cut tuition down.
They never do that.
$3,000 per
They
student.
buy a new building. They buy a new dormitory. Because what they have to do is they're in competition to get students. How do they get students? They don't get them by hiring professors. They get them by
I understand
by new
what you're
football
saying. I just
stadiums.
don't like it. I just
do.
don't. I just
So
think
you
that
have
these
competition.
kids, these families. I mean, we're putting up too much money as it is.
I agree, but how do you lower costs of anything? free market economics. You have more
Well,
competition.
that's my thing of Bernie Sanders. I just think
He's not
that
free market, man. He's a socialist.
That's what brought all this up. That I just think that there should be someone watching the fucking capitalistic world and saying,
we don't
hey,
have enough
you know
regulation.
What? We do need some regulation on it. They regulate other shit like
Department of Social Services.
what the fuck are you coming?
Go
up
back
with?
to Hulk Hogan, will
Department
you?
of Social Services.
No,
They
but
regulate everything.
the government comes back and regulates what they want to regulate, but when there's something's out there that they feel that, you know what, we've had enough lobby money from them, we'll let them go. We'll let them.
That's special interest crony capitalism. Absolutely.
Okay, we can't be for that either.
I'm against that. Of course, we're against that.
Okay,
so you
then
bring
what the
back free
hell?
markets and get rid of that crap.
Free
That's
markets, that follows with the same suit, though, man. I mean, they have their lobbyists. They're pushing. Look at Monsanto
That's not
right
free
now.
markets.
Look at Monsanto. I mean, they've cornered. They've lobbied. They've got all the money in that
Sure.
Senate, the Congress, and all that. We're getting all this shit sprayed on our food, and no one. What's the big deal with Bernie Sanders saying to you right now that, hey, we'd like to know, the public would like to know what the fuck's being sprayed on. If something's being sprayed on my food, maybe I should know about that.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, that's
You're
one
not
of the
that's
things
not
that
what Bernie Sanders wants to
that's one
nationalize
of
the banks. There's
That's
a big
one of the-
difference
come
between
on,
you having
that's
some
one of the things
pesticides
that
on your
he
corn.
No, that's a big thing to me too, and that's another thing that Bernie Sanders brought up.
He hasn't got a chance in hell. Good head. Go vote for him.
I will vote for him, and I think a lot
Let's
of
have
people
your
are saying
football
that.
picks, okay?
There's no football today. Anyway, hey
Your
guys,
futures pick. Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
you got any stock market out there?
Facebook.
Facebook is the way to go. And I'm taking tonight. Hey, Chris, when you get this one out, I like Johnny Cueto tonight taking on Toronto Blue Jays. I think Johnny Cueto.
Hey, wait a minute. How come you're giving a pick without the music? Cue the music.
Well, I was so keyed up. We got 1 hour 15 minutes. We're over our time.
Bernie Sanders going to regulate.
All right, well, fuck the music. We already got it.
I bet
now.
Bernie Sanders beats off 12 times a day too.
Beats off to you.
No, 12 times a day.
I know, but he watches
to
you.
me?
He just
You
looks at
you.
you.
Think Bernie likes me?
I think he would like you.
He's like 73, you know.
I'm all
cute.
on him,
He's a
man.
cute guy.
I'm all on him. It beats
Would you screw
Clinton.
Bernie Sanders or Hillary?
I would still take Bernie.
I think you're right.
I can't stand fat chicks.
Yeah, you got that right. Hey, again, I'm taking Toronto tonight. I'm taking the Blue Jay. Not
you
the
like
Toronto.
Kansas
What the
City?
hell am I saying? God, you got me all
Bernie
confused.
Sanders over here.
Johnny Cueto tonight, Kansas City Royals. They get the job done here. I think it's going to plus 110, 120. I don't know what it is, but take Johnny Cueto tonight, Kansas City. I think the team's going to be really revived to see a great pitcher on the mound for Kansas City. I know they're in Toronto. I know Toronto's got Troy Tulowitzki, but I tell you what, it's going to be a Johnny Cueto show.
Okay,
and yours is Facebook,
Buy
right?
Facebook and sell October calls. Hundreds.
That's correct.
Nick, you got any last parting words?
Oh, you guys just look the fuck out, man.
Next time, save it.
What do you got? What do you got, babe? Nothing?
You just take a look out in the world, man.
All right. Well,
Keep
fuck
your
you guys.
television
Bernie
off.
Sanders is a clone too.
Stop watching
Yeah,
TV.
well, I'm voting for that one.
Go
Hey,
take a crap in the
what do
sea.
you got, Chris? Anything?
Go take a crap in the sea.
Okay, throw that one in there, Chris.
I've got nothing.
He's got nothing. All right, my friends, it's been great. We're running really late here
Hey,
on
do I
our
get a
show.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Armand.
Armand.
Armand's
Yeah, come on.
23.
in his 40s or
cares.
30s. Well, I don't know what the fuck he is. But we will
Nobody
be
loves
back
me.
next time from the Ochoman and the crew. We are out of here.
I'm gonna go get a buffet.
Over now. Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Who's with me? Let's go! Come on!
I'm Hulk Hogan.
The Ocho Man, Behind the Eight Ball. Only on Ignotainment. Leave us your questions and comments below this podcast in the comments section of the iTunes podcast store.
Well, I could set you up with Hiro Matsuda, this Japanese guy.